When you think of Norway, what comes to mind? Majestic fjords? The dance of the northern lights? A pristine, almost mythical land untouched by time? You'd be right. But beneath that breathtaking beauty, beneath the tranquil surface of its ancient waters and its stoic mountains, there whispers a different story. A story of isolation, of unforgiving nature, and of shadows that cling to the longest nights. Norway, a land forged in ice and fire, its history as harsh and beautiful as its landscapes. But what if the very things that make it so captivating also hold a darker secret? What if the echoes of its past aren't just history, but a presence? Tonight, we journey into the heart of Norway, not just to admire its wonders but to confront its beautiful horrors. Life in Norway has never been easy. For centuries its people have battled the elements. The sea, a fickle provider, could turn into a raging monster in an instant. The winters, long and brutal, would plunge entire regions into months of perpetual twilight. Imagine living in a remote fjord village, cut off from the world for half the year, the only sounds the winds howl and the creaking of your old wooden house. Their resilience is legendary, born from necessity. The food, often preserved and hearty, tells a story of survival. But this isolation, this constant struggle against nature's might, bred not just strength, but also a deep reverence, and perhaps a fear of the unknown. Ancient sagas are filled with tales of trolls, huldra and nisa, beings of the forest and mountains, guardians or tricksters depending on their mood. Were these just stories, or did they serve as a warning? A reflection of the primal fear of what lurked just beyond the firelight? Norway's history is steeped in the sagas of Vikings, of brave explorers and fierce warriors, but also of a spiritual world far removed from modern understanding. Take the stave churches, for instance. These magnificent wooden structures dating back to the 12th century are a unique blend of Christian and pagan symbolism. Dragons carved into their eaves, protective figures watching over the dead in the churchyards. These weren't just decorative, they were meant to ward off evil. What kind of evil were they so desperate to keep out? During the 17th century, Norway, particularly its northern regions like Finnmark, saw some of the most brutal witch trials in Europe. The Vardø witch trials alone led to over 90 executions, mostly women, accused of witchcraft, of summoning storms, and consorting with demons in the harsh Arctic landscape. They say the cries of those condemned still echo across the barren islands, carried on the unforgiving wind. Was it merely superstition, or was there something truly unsettling that led to such widespread panic? The chilling reality is that fear, isolation, and perhaps something else fueled the flames. Even today, in the remote corners of Norway, there are whispers. Stories of the huldra, a beautiful forest creature with a cow's tail, who lures men deep into the woods. Or the nuk, a malevolent water spirit that drowns those drawn to its enchanting music in the fjords and lakes. These aren't just folklore, they're deeply ingrained in the psyche of a people who still live so intimately with raw, untamed nature. Norway is one of the least densely populated countries in Europe. Vast stretches of wilderness remain untouched, unexplored. What secrets do these ancient forests hold? What creatures truly dwell in the deepest fjords? The sheer scale of its untamed nature can be overwhelming, even terrifying. Imagine being lost in the Hardangervidda Plateau, in a sudden whiteout, miles from civilization, the silence absolute, broken only by the sound of your own panicked breath. It's in these moments of profound isolation that the line between reality and myth blurs. And then there are the Northern Lights, Aurora Borealis, a celestial ballet of greens, purples, and reds. Breathtaking, a bucket list experience. But to the Sami people, the indigenous population of the Arctic, the lights held a deeper, more cautionary meaning. They weren't just beautiful, they were powerful, sometimes dangerous. They were the spirits of the dead, or a force that should not be taunted. In folklore, whistling at the lights could provoke them, causing them to descend and snatch you away. A potent reminder of nature's raw power and our own insignificance in the face of it. When you stand beneath that shimmering sky, stretching across the infinite dark, you can almost feel the ancient spirits moving amongst the stars, watching. Are we truly alone under that magnificent, terrifying canopy? Norway, a land of unparalleled beauty, of resilient people, and a rich history, but also a land where the veil between worlds feels thin, where ancient fears linger in the shadows of its majestic mountains, where the whispers of the past are carried on the Arctic wind, and where the very fabric of nature holds secrets we may never fully comprehend. So, the next time you dream of Norway's pristine beauty, remember this: some stories are best left undisturbed, because in the land of the midnight sun, the darkness can hold more than just secrets, it can hold horrors.